Hello and welcome to Kitze episode 67. Today's Tuesday, 11th of June at 7 a.m. And I'm recording an episode for the 10th of June for yesterday, which I didn't get to record because Apple had an event and I had to watch the entire event and stream the entire event, then read shit about the event. And next thing you know, it's like 10:15 and I'm not in bed on time, but it is what it is. Now we're here. I record a quick episode and then I'm gonna get started with my day. I am up since 5:30 a.m. Went to the computer immediately and opened 50,000 Reddit tabs with everything that's new in the latest iOS. I also installed it on my phone. Well, I can't show you shit because my daughter is the wallpaper everywhere. Not a lot of significant changes. I wanted to play with the bunch of things that were in the iOS page, except for intelligence, because they said that's not coming. But I wanted to see like if there's any new things regarding screen time, focus time, and blah blah blah. Like the biggest change, people are like, oh, the intelligence, the this and that. Dude, the biggest change for me is you try to open an app that's locked. My phone is locked right now. So let's say I try to open Disney Plus, and Disney Plus would like to find devices in your local networks. Okay, cool. Um, when you see this time limit, you reach your time limit on Disney Plus, for example, and I press. Previously, there was a more button, and you could press 1 more minute. Now that's gone, meaning finally, when there's downtime and the apps are locked, you cannot do 1 minute in this app, 1 minute in the other app, and shit like that. They're just locked, which is amazing. I'm trying to figure out how hidden apps work because I've always tried to optimize my phone to be like a productivity thingy and not like a distracting thingy. So for now, I only see that you can basically um, you can hide apps with Face ID. Let's not do this iOS thing now. You can hide apps with Face ID, but I don't know how to put them in a hidden folder and never see them again. Anyway, um, not a lot of significant things regarding productivity. Yes, you can make your icons larger. You can disable labels in terms of making your phone a little bit more minimalistic. In the future, you're gonna get summary notifications, which is nice because like I disable most of my notifications. I don't like seeing. So I've disabled everything, and most of the day I stay do not disturb because everything is unmanageable. When I see someone have Facebook and Instagram and a bunch of things, and like in the middle of conversation, they get that somebody liked your photo on Facebook. Hey, what is this? Like 2013? Like get your shit together. Disable all the notifications. Another dope thing that like it's cool for productivity is when you swipe down from the control center, you get this like new customizable layout control center, and you can add home controls, meaning I can unlock my garage and home door from the control center. Like they will also add probably the external apps like Tesla and shit. They will add their own tiles, and you can run Siri shortcuts. So I guess that's I don't know what that's useful for. I guess I should finally add Benji thingies like shortcuts and widgets to the native Expo app. At some point, I should add those so people can quickly add it to do and blah blah blah. So I guess that would be useful if we have a bunch of Benji things in the control center eventually. I don't care about it that much, you know. Yeah, messages. I'm using messages with literally two people. For everyone else, I use Telegram. Like a bunch of AI things. I don't think anything is that revolutionary. Even yesterday, I was very hyped. Oh, bro, for productivity. Like, but I need to update my macOS. I hate having my phone around me or searching for my phone. Like, let's say I want to do taxes, which is like the will to do them. Like like that moment just doesn't fucking happen. And then when I do, I go to log into my bank, and they're like, "You gotta approve this from your phone." And I'm like, "Motherfuck." And if the phone is on another floor, forget about it. That's why I've been late with my taxes for months. Do you think it's because of something else? My phone was just on the other floor. Now you can just on your Mac mirror. I'm like that Gru meme with Gru, turning. Now on your macOS, you can mirror your phone at any time. You can have access to your phone on macOS. And then I look at the whiteboard and I'm like, at any time I can have access to my phone on macOS. Meaning, I've been the one saying never work with your phone in your office. Always keep it out of your office. Now you're fucked because your phone is always with you. Oopsie daisy, I guess. But my phone is minimalistic. This is gonna be cursed for other people who have like. It can also stream audio. This is blowing my mind that when Apple does something, they're late, sure, but it can also stream audio from the phone, so you can literally see and hear and do. I guess you can do phone calls with continuity, so you don't need to mirror your phone to do phone calls. but it's still a cool thing. You cannot do continuity calls on Viber and Telegram and on other things. That's dope. Um, yeah, to talk about like yeah, maybe this would be useful to talk about comparisons with Benji and shit. They have improved their journal to, bro. Apple's design is so fucking mental. It's just absolutely unfair. It's like if Benji looked like this, I think way more people are gonna use it. I I'm the Gru meme again. If Benji looked like this, meaning copy the design, more people will use it. You Dunkin' Donut. So I want to show you this. Yeah, this thing basically. Just look how good this looks like when you're journaling. I've never journaled in the Apple app because naturally people don't journal. People get excited about the thought of journaling and then they never do. Even in Benji, I added a journaling feature. Yes, it doesn't look this pretty and it does like this. This with AI is gonna be fire because it will glue things together from your life, like your photos and your feelings and your whatever, into a journal note, which Benji will never do, basically, because it's fucking crazy. But I like this. I like the insights, how many entries you have this year, blah blah blah. I should steal some of these designs in Benji, to be honest. So yeah. Anyway, let me close this because I'm gonna talk about this all the time. I just wanted to say regarding like Benji and this announcement and AI and does it change things? Like I always had this like Benji has all of those widgets that show you your calendar and your to-dos and your pomodoros and your contacts, and it's like everything integrates together. So when you list your to-dos, you can start a pomodoro from a to-do, and when you end the pomodoro, it can remind you of something. Like everything is integrated together, like an OS. Like I mean, it still has a long way to go before calling it an actual OS, but gonna get there if I keep working at it. And I've been thinking, oh man, but if someone just gets an iPad and on the iPad they add widgets with like a widget for your hydration app and a widget for your Pomodoro app and a widget for your fasting app and a widget for your to-dos and calendar and this and that. And like, even if they add all the widgets and they like, I keep waiting for someone to send me that screenshot. Oh, bro, here's Benji. Look, I made Benji. I just put 5 widgets on my screen. The um, the problem with that is for most of those things you would have to pay for pro, whether it's lifetime or for most of them it's a subscription. So you go to any habits app, you check 3 habits, and then they're like, oopsie daisy, now you gotta pay for a subscription. And even if you do, let's say you pay for 7 different subscriptions, like most of them work on iOS only. You might simulate the iOS app on Mac, or now you might mirror your phone to to see it on Mac and shit. But like Benji is universal, meaning it's a web app. You can open it on your fucking fridge. You can, like, I have so many fucking crazy plans for Benji because it's a web app and it can be a native app and it can be anything. People can use it on any OS, and the things integrate way more with each other than if you just buy 17 subscriptions for apps that don't talk to each other. Even with Siri intelligence, uploading everything in the cloud, and you being able to tell Siri log hydration and whatever, they're still not that integrated, and they cannot be that, I mean, ironically, integrated in your life. So it literally doesn't change jack shit for Benji, except I can make the native app understand how you can use Siri to add shit to Benji, like logging things and checking for things and blah blah blah. That would be fucking amazing. Because I keep, like, yesterday I called my dentist again for the tooth. Remember that tooth that lasted 15 fucking months? Now it hurts again. I gotta go check it out. What's going on? Kill me. And I called them and they're like, yeah, tomorrow 1:30. Is it fine? And I don't know if it's fine because I opened the Benji app, the native Benji app, which was supposed to be. Oh shit, you've reached your limit on Benji. I cannot open. Anyway, I see the calendar events are squished. And like, just the thought of filling a form to add a calendar event that I need to choose the date and the time and whatever, I just use Siri and I'm like, add a calendar event tomorrow 1:30 p.m. And that's it. I just do that. And was it 1:30 or 11:30? I have no fucking idea. Now I have to open my actual calendar app. Yeah, dentist is 11:30. Shit, dude. Why did I do this? I mean, this would, if Benji had Google Calendar integration, I can just keep doing that with Siri and I will still see all of those calendar events in the Benji calendar, but it doesn't. My point is, I find it way easier to just talk to Siri. Like, anytime I go throughout my day, I just hold this button. I don't even say, hey, Siri. I just hold the button here and I'm like, remind me to do this, remind me to do that. All of those reminders go in Benji like 5-6 times per day. They go to my inbox and then I just classify them and blah, blah, blah. So, like, Siri being able to directly do things in Benji, I don't know how apps will compete. Like, which app would Siri use for this? How died? How will I be able to tell Siri when I want to add a task? How will I be able to tell the OS basically that when I have an intent to add a to do, use this app and never use the reminders app or any other app? Or when I ask you what's planned for the next week, I'm not asking you to go and look in the Apple calendar, I'm asking you to look in a particular app. I have no idea how that would work, but I'm looking forward to find out. All right, so fuck that. Let me. I had a little list for yesterday. Shit, bro. Please tell me that I have the bloody fucking list. Day 67 is for yesterday. Yeah, well, let me pause. Okay, somehow I erased the thingy that I wrote yesterday, but God bless Coda, it has note version history. You can go granular history of every note, and I just found the things that I wrote for yesterday. One more thing that I want to add is like it's 7:20 a.m. I don't like how easy it is for me to uninstall my blockers, and I'm getting fucking tired of not getting to sleep on time. And like yesterday, I did a very nice thing when I woke up. Well, this is the podcast that was supposed to be recorded yesterday. So I woke up, I went to the toilet, I grabbed a little bit of water, just a little bit of water, and then I went outside. First thing in the morning, it was like 5:50, and I said for 10 minutes I'm gonna wake myself up. So I was running around the house, and anytime I would complete a lap, I would go down, do push-ups, then do another lap, do squats, another lap, jumping jacks, and I did that for like 10 minutes, and I got pretty fired up. And I got pretty, usually I would come downstairs here and I would turn on the heating because it's freezing. But I got heated up just from the working out. And I'm like, damn, I'm going to tell them on the podcast and I'm going to do it every day. Day two, I don't fucking do it. Why? Because my computer is fucking unlocked. Why? Because yesterday I was like, oh, no. I uninstalled Cold Turkey Blocker and reinstalled it 3 times yesterday. And now, this morning, I wake up, I'm like, okay, I gotta see what are the new things on the iOS beta, and I just read all the things and I schedule a bunch of draft tweets, and I'm like, is this work? Because if I tweet, like tweet means money, and I also like to keep people informed about the little things that I found, and like I just get distracted from like today is on my themes is product coding day. I gotta go to a dentist at 11:30, meaning I gotta be done with everything by 11, meaning I won't finish all the work today, and I have to work more. After work, which I don't like doing, just because I can uninstall my blockers. So I'm really getting fucking sick of it. I think I'm ready to switch back to Safari, because Safari can have like I can ask my wife to block things in the native OS screen time, and like probably I'll find a way to go around that. But this is too easy. And I know like I left a video. There's a guy on YouTube called Brandon Butch, which always butchers everything that's new in iOS and macOS and watchOS release, and he's just going so detailed in all the changes. And I'm looking forward to those videos. But I managed to control myself. Instead of clicking this video, I was like, okay, later when I have breakfast, I'll just uninstall Cold Turkey Blocker. I'll watch this video and reinstall it again. Kill me. I thought that with the Benji blocker, things will be better because I'll need to. I wouldn't want to uninstall it. The problem is, at least Cold Turkey Blocker has a healing process, meaning when you kill the app, like it kind of starts itself unless you uninstall it. With Benji, if I can just quit the app and then the Chrome extension that I have, disable it, and there's nothing to talk to no one, and I can just browse any website. And with Cold Turkey Blocker is like if you disable the Chrome extension, like the Cold Turkey Blocker app will kill the browser. But the problem with Benji is like, and I can also quit the app and I can quit the extension, and then the extension doesn't complain, the app doesn't complain, and I can just browse. Yes, I'm catching myself quickly, and I didn't let this entire day go by scrolling and reading iOS news and playing with my phone. Yeah, I'm tired of the blockers. I'll figure out a way to make it on an OS level. When I say I'll figure out a way, I'm not adding a task on anything. So I'm going to add a task right now. Figure out way to not uninstall blockers. I added that as a task. My laptop is still on the attic. The Android phone, yesterday, like it was supposed to be the productivity phone that I have my bank app and this and that, and I just use it for productivity, right? That was a thing. 2 days ago, I find myself scrolling YouTube Shorts. Suddenly, oopsie daisy, the YouTube app got enabled on it. I have no idea how. And I can do the screen family thing and make my wife the manager of the phone to not install apps and yada yada yada. But that takes a while. So I just put it back in the box. So now I have an Android phone just sitting in a box. I don't want to have 15 devices around. It makes me nervous. I want to have a laptop and a phone, and I want them properly blocked so I can do my fucking work. God damn it. Oh, what else about yesterday? I was reading some tips about ADHD while eating breakfast or whatever. I was just watching on YouTube tips for ADHD, and naturally, 4 out of 5 people say the same shit. Most things that help are getting enough sleep and working out. And this like applies to so many things, to anxiety, to depression. Yeah, I'm not saying that those things cure those things. Yes, I get there are more severe cases of anxiety, depression, ADHD, and whatever where you actually need meds. And unless I check like the fucking month and I'm like, okay, I did 20 workouts this month and I've slept perfectly and I'm still chaotic and whatever, then I'm gonna, figure out other solutions. I've been, I haven't been chaotic for the entire week. That's fucking amazing, bro. It's like so I am pretty sure my case is not severe if I can just turn a dial and control it when it comes to eating, overeating, this and that. Like, like I don't want to jinx it because I really feel I can, you know, choose choose things more. I don't know. I'm more aware of the things. I'm like, nah, you're doing this too much. Install the blocker, like go back to the thing. You gotta do your work, even though iOS thingies are fun. Instead of like I would just lose the entire day on it. So I wish I was more persistent with my workouts. Yesterday I texted there's like a personal trainer company, but it's like you have to go in their home gym down the street, and I just send them an email if they're available to, come to my house instead. Because even just going, like walking there takes 10 minutes, walking back 10 minutes, you got to prepare a gym bag, change clothes, blah, blah, blah. If a trainer comes here, I can just like literally be in this clothes and just finish the training, hop in the shower, and I can continue working. So yesterday I did a 1 hour workout, 15 minutes on the stepper machine and 45 minutes of, chest, biceps, and pull-ups. Those are well, even chin-ups are for biceps, so chest and biceps technically. Um, but I'm not consistent enough. I see my last workout was on Tuesday, meaning I spent the entire week just working out once and then once on this Monday. And now today I'm going to skip it because I don't want to do it every day. And unless I'm doing it with a trainer. Anyway, like these things should help ADHD, but I got to do them more often. We spent some family time with the family this weekend. And I realized, and that's also one thing that I read about ADHD or whatever. Um, I don't know if I read it. It doesn't fucking matter. Regarding you don't have like you. I don't know how to explain it to you, but my brain craves to be productive all the time. I've explained this to you, like comparing watching Disney Plus or switching between a bunch of YouTube videos. Like it confuses the YouTube videos for productive because I'm in control and I skip around and close tabs and research and type and whatever compared to just playing a movie. So I have to get in terms with like I have to be fine with the idea that not every fucking moment has to be productive, and I can be mowing the lawn or just like I was washing a bunch of toys and shit in the yard, like a plastic bench and toys and shit, and I wanted to be fine with that activity. And then the next day, like something else happens, and like I catch myself in the thinking, I'm like, oh, but this is not productive. I gotta get my productivity points, but I'm also trying to be like, it's fine. It's fine. Like anything can happen tomorrow. Like I just wanna, spray ants in my fucking yard with a hose and be fine with that, even though that's not productive and I feel very bad for the ants, but they're all over the motherfucking house, man. Like all over it. Today I have to spray that thingy for ants. They're just gonna kill a bunch of them. I'm gonna feel bad. And I'm like, that was George. He was accompanying me on my breakfast. But fuck him. Mundane activities. I gotta be fine with mundane activities and not being on a computer 24/7, being hooked up. Like, at the same time, like the therapist asked me, are you doing better with this or are you doing worse throughout the years? And I'm like, at the same time, I can say some symptoms have gotten worse, but in a lot of things, I've gotten better. And even I, I can say in a lot of areas, I'm doing better than even non-ADHD people who are like hooked to their computers. Dude, have you noticed that people cannot have normal conversations anymore? Like you can sit around with people and they're just like glued scrolling. So, on the other hand, like you get ADHD brain plus everything that the technology industry has been doing to make us hooked. So I'm trying to battle two things at once. But little Benji Maltese dog is going to win the battle and win the productivity battle. Yeah, so what else? Yeah, I consciously chose to do weekly review yesterday. I respected the theme of the day yesterday. It was administrative day, and I had like 12 emails of customers saying they cannot redeem their AppSumo license, something, something. Unfortunately, it was not fixable just by, me doing thingies. So I had to code some things into the CZ portal when someone has an existing CZ account and they bought an AppSumo license. At first we said we're not going to let them in because they need a new account, but I'm like, what does this achieve? Like they can open a new account and they can get the license key there. It just complicates things for them. So I coded a thing where they give me the email and I put the license key and there's a bunch of checks and the license gets transferred. So I had to spend a bunch of time to code on that. And then I answered emails. So they have a couple more emails to answer about that issue. So I spent the administrative day. But before I started everything, I was like, okay, let me review my week. So I asked ChatGPT, how can help me? Like, what does a weekly review do? How do I actually review my week? So I just added a couple of checkpoints, like look at the previous week in terms of calendar and in terms of what have I completed and what do I want to do this week. And as soon as I started doing that, I'm like, I don't want to go through 13 Benji tabs just to do a previous weekly review. It would be very nice to have a feature called week review where you actually see your logged pain, your logged problems, your logged activities, who did you contact, like how did your planner look like, blah, blah, blah. So at one screen, I can imagine like a bunch of bento grid widgets thingies where you just look at it and maybe you give a score to your week in terms of like a few sliders. So you're like, okay, productivity was this much, this was this much, this is how I felt. Maybe you add like a note to your week. So like the weekly and the daily review, I want to build them in as features of Benji and not just something that you do manually. But my point was I chose to do this. I'm like, if you want to get to your goals and if you want to get to your things, I have to be more mindful and not just be like on autopilot, wake up, go on the computer, blah, 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 do random things and just, like fuck it. Like this reviewing and how to say it? Jesus, my brain lacks English words this morning. Anyway, the entire review process is very helpful in terms of being more mindful, getting to your goals and not doing impulsive decisions, which is like the biggest ADHD thing. Dude, I had like looking at this Apple thingy, like I had 4 web app ideas that I want to do today. I have another idea for a reaction channel, for a rap reaction channel, because I got hooked to them. And I'm like, God, I want to do a reaction channel so much. So I'm brainstorming with that idea. If I just act on all of my impulses, I'm not going to get anything fucking done. And I need to calm down, be like, what are the goals? Let's review the things, yada, 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 every day and every week until I get there. So we'll see. One more thing. I feel like a donut for not replying to customers on time, meaning these people who are waiting on the AppSumo thing, some of them canceled and refunded. Like I think 2 of them canceled and refunded their AppSumo because I didn't even reply to them. Why didn't I reply to them? I was in the middle of, let's say, another theme of the day. It was something else, product coding or whatever it was. And I was like, okay, in order to reply to these customers, I have to code the functionality in the CZ portal first. And I didn't even reply to it. So the good thing for next time would be like just telling them, hey, I got this, don't worry, I'm going to fix this. There's an issue with the CZ portal, but as soon as I fix it, I'll let you know. Just your email is acknowledged by. And this way I replied late. I replied with your thing is fixed, but for some of them it was too late. Now they're going to go back and they're going to buy another license. My point is I've lost probably a lot of customers in the past just by not replying. Somebody's going to be like, does CZ work on Linux? And I'm like, oh. And I'll start texting Zico, like, hey, can we fix this? And go on the channel and Discord and be like, hey, guys, does this work for you? And like, instead of just replying to the email, hey, man, I'm so sorry. We looked at your email. Let me know if you want a refund. Like, we're working on this, blah, blah, blah. Like, it gives people confidence that at least someone is checking this email. Like, when I reply to people instantly, like, almost all of them say, oh, wow, thank you for the fast reply. Don't worry if this is not fixed. I'll be patient. Because it tells them at least that you care for replying. Otherwise, you seem like an idiot. I've been, appearing like the idiot when it comes to customer support because I replied to an email I mentioned the other day from September 2003, like a donut. So I gotta be, reply first, even apologize, or tell them we're not planning to do something at all. It's better than not replying because we're not planning to do that feature. Donut. 2 more things. Railway being down, like yesterday just Benji went down randomly. I was working on something different. I was working on the CZ portal. Benji goes down. I cannot start my Pomodoro and I got hooked to this dude. I think, I have like a physical sensation if I don't have a Pomodoro, just like something, I don't know, like that feeling when you feel like you're forgetting something, or that feeling when you have something on your clipboard and you don't want to lose it. Yeah, now they're clipboard managers, but I always had that feeling. I copy something and I have this tingle of like, ooh, I have to paste it somewhere. Otherwise, I'm going to lose the thing. So now I couldn't start work without a Pomodoro. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And it turns out it's a railway thing and the app is down and blah, blah, blah. And they replied something on Twitter. Of course, they always have an excuse. And they're always gonna turn it that it's like your fault in a way. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, Railway is the hosting provider for Benji and for the other things. So, I rage and I'm like, oh, I got to switch and this and that. And as soon as they fix it, I'm like, it's fine. But I guess in customers' eyes, like if you rely on Benji for your work and shit, and the Pomodoro doesn't work, and you cannot look at your task list, it's not a good look. And they don't care that it's the hosting provider and you didn't do anything and blah, blah, blah. Because for now, it was just, for a while, it was a white screen. And after a while, it just said application failed to respond, which is very, very fucking shitty. And I just started counting the time in my head. Like I knew that I started a Pomodoro at 10:30, and when Benji was back, I went back and manually changed the time on the Pomodoro to be at 10:30 because at least that's one thing I'm disciplined at. The habits, I might check some habits in the morning, and then for the rest of the day, I'm like, I'm not even gonna, like, why would I, bother? And I'm not even checking the habits. I have this vision of how my house could look and work like with like a voice assistant, not this fucking idiot donut that's here. The G home, but who's listening right now and is probably crying silently. But I wanna equip like every room with microphones and cameras and some local LLM model, hook it up to Benji and everything, and basically the house helping me to do all of my things. Like it finds me in the hallway in the morning to be like, hey, don't forget to unlock the front gate because the people with the trash might be coming and they will need to enter. Or if I'm in the laundry room, to remind me, hey, you have laundry day on your calendar, it's time to take the laundry bags and put them upstairs. So, or just to, like, I think if it just nudge me, like a billion times I go up and down in this house carrying nothing, and then I look at my task list and it says bring toothpaste downstairs or whatever, I'm like, oh, now I gotta go to take the thing. But if the house just quietly nudges me like, hey, don't forget you have an event in, like, not some obnoxious like bing sound alarms, just to nudge you, like, hey, the window has been open for a while, the temperature is going down, just to get all the information from Home Assistant, from Benji, and the house, just to help you. I have this vision, but for the vision, you need to sit down, you need to code, and you need to work, and I never devote time to working on the smart home and the smart house, so that's never going to happen. Anyway, final thing, yesterday, we have this new, dude, honestly, I thought this 5:30 a.m. thing is not going to stick. I wake up fresh as fuck. Like yesterday, I went to sleep at 10:30 p.m., and this morning, I'm still fine, and I didn't well, I mean, the words are not coming out properly. This is always a sign that you're tired, but if I did my workout, I would have been even more awake. If I did the cold shower, I don't need sleep. So I think 10 p.m. sleep time to like 5:30 a.m. is perfect because the day seems so fucking long. So anyway, the deal that we had with my wife is I actually initiated this. I'm like, I'm tired of missing out on certain things throughout the day, especially with my daughter. So what I want is to be done with work by noon. Whether I can squeeze in a workout there, it will be perfect if I'm disciplined and I do very short Pomodoro breaks and I finish work by 11:30. I do my workout and then at 12:30 I spend time with my daughter. Yesterday, I managed only to finish my work until 12:30. But 12:30, dude, I was looking at the clock. I was in the middle of something. 12:30, I lock my computer. I take my daughter and I'm like, I don't like, it's like she's growing up. I don't want to be doing stuff in the house and be like, hey, here's a colorful toy. I'm like, I'm going to take her, put her in the car. I'm going to take her to a playground. So we went there. And for the first time, I was pushing her on a swing. She's never been on a swing before. And I watched the clip a billion times and I can cry about it, talking about it now. So let's just skip the emotions. Lock it up, bro. Lock it up. It's gonna, when she goes to college one day, that's when you're gonna unlock it. And then Kitze Cast episode a billion and whatever, it's gonna be like, hey, she left for college today. And I go, and every Modern Family episodes hits hard when there's like a dad and daughter relationship and something happens. It's like, I'm on the stepper machine yesterday watching Modern Family. It's just like, oh, one day she's going to leave. Anyway, I was pushing her on a swing. It was beautiful. And then I watched the clip a billion times. And then my wife was like, oh my God, I missed the moment. So we went out again because the day lasts 50 million years, bro. When you wake up at 5:30 a.m., I couldn't fucking believe it. Like I spent time with her. We went out, carrying her on my shoulders, showing her things, plants, whatever. It was amazing. Came back home. We had lunch together, then spent more time. My wife was reading her story. I was doing something. But my wife is like, holy shit, it's so weird seeing you in the living room all the time. It's like you're on vacation. And if I want, I could work more. Like the time is there and we spend time and shit, but I don't wanna, So later, my task list is growing shorter and shorter and shorter because I'm completing things, and I don't feel guilty completing things in the middle of the day because it's the middle of the day. I feel guilty completing things when it's like 6, 7 p.m. I'm like, oh, it's time for chilling now. So that was really nice. And then she took her upstairs for a nap, and I'm like, okay, well, now there's nothing to do. So I just finished some chores and then I worked out for an hour, and it felt fucking great. So today, no matter how I finish my work and yada yada. By the way, I'm gonna set a weekly hours goal. I'm gonna code that feature in Benji on the next product day, which is I think Saturday for Benji. Today I'm gonna code on Sizzy. I'm gonna code Pomodoro, or I might even squeeze it today because it's like product coding day, but it doesn't say which products. I might take, like, this is a very easy feature to add. I want to have a daily Pomodoro goal, but if I don't hit it, I don't want to be the guy who will work at 7 p.m. just to hit the daily one. I can just make sure to hit the weekly one, which means I might work an extra day, or I might work on Sunday a little bit in the morning before anyone is up or whatever. But I just want to hit that weekly goal of, I think it was 30 hours. So even if I don't finish today, I have to go to a dentist, come back, and then I take my daughter for an hour and a half. We're going to do something. Now the pushing on a swing is a new thing, it's like fun. So probably I'm going to take her again. And yeah, your boy is getting mindful with his life. You thought it was impossible. The therapist lady thought you need to get all of these medicines. No, I'm going to get my shit together with the help of Benji. I'm screwing up the community aspect of Benji. I think the community can be way bigger, and I think more people, I think there are way more people who are interested about, self-help and being productive and being mindful and blah, blah, blah. I don't know what exactly I'm fucking up there, but we're gonna turn it around one day, hopefully, maybe. Okay, this was too long. It was supposed to be like 25 minutes, but how long is this Pomodoro? Jesus Christ, bro. I've been recording for 36. Okay, not bad. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Don't update your iPhone to the latest iOS because it's absolutely not worth it. My phone's been getting hot. The battery's been getting drained. There's not that many interesting things to play with. So take that as an advice from your donut boy, and I'll see you in the next one. Hey, donuts.